of laying that foundation early. You and I have been in here night after night
Yes.
after night watching preseason basketball. I want to know from you who has stood out thus far as maybe a surprise throughout the preseason.
Kristen, I think it's great. And a lot of these players, you won't get a lot of time, but they're building, they're developing. And the first one for me to start off with the Golden State Warriors, Patrick McCaw.
Yeah, clutch, right?
Clutch, isn't he? And then if you watch him and you look at him in college, and you can see sometimes you get a chance to be with this type of group. Coaches put you in the right situation, and he's been big time. We know it's just preseason, but
yeah,
he tied the game to go into overtime, and then he had 10 of his 18 points in overtime and hit the floater at the buzzer to win that game. And Devin Booker, 21 points. He has a chance right now to be the most improved. We know he can shoot the basketball.
and not even 20 years old yet, by the way.
19, right?
Yeah.
But this is what I like. Two guard. I didn't see this last year or in Kentucky. He has a post-up game that's legit. Averaging 21 points. I think he's going to be big time. And this guy, Norman Powell, we saw him in Summer League.
He's going to have to take on a larger offensive role as well.
And I think he's ready. I mean, he won't put up the gaudy numbers, but at times he will not be a liability. Last year, you saw in the playoffs, he was primarily their defensive stopper, but as you get a chance to see, he's worked on his ball handling. He's been able to create shot on his own. And then Jermichael Green, he is starting for Zebo.
Yeah.
Some big shoes.
You have to battle underneath.
He can rebound. I wouldn't say like Zebo, but like a little bit like some of the power forwards. He can shoot the jumper. But I think what Fizdale likes about Jermichael Green is they'll be able to play faster, and on the defensive end, he can switch out 2 through 5.
Okay, Yusuf Nurkic, huh?
Yusuf Nurkic, 15 points, 11 rebounds, but also add about 2.5 block shots and some assists. He's a big body that you can see confidence in this preseason is just all over him.
Yeah, averaging a double-double and also averaging nearly double what he averaged in the regular season last season.
Brent Forbes, he went to that school, Kristen, Michigan State University.
I'm shocked.
Spartan! And the reason why I'm putting him up is not because he went to Michigan State. He's shooting 48% from the field, but he's shooting 50% from three, close to 90 from the free throw line, and the Spurs need shooters, so he has a chance. And then Coach Fizdale.
All right.
Big shoes to fill. I mean, with Memphis Grizzlies, we know they're talented, but you look at them and saying, can they get back to the playoffs? Well, can they get over? They've been there 6 consecutive times. Can they take the next step? But he has some tall shoes to fill and some obstacles with all the injuries.
Yeah, and a team that has high expectations. This is not just a team that expects to compete during the regular season. They want to get back to where they were finals appearances. How, though, do you, as an early-on head coach, a first-time head coach, manage those injuries early on?
You know, that's hard. I think you got to rely on a lot of those guys, and you're going to have to ride some of your veterans, and especially like Mike Conley. I mean, missing Chandler Parsons is huge because he's that outside shooter, other ball handler. So I think some of those other guys have to step up, but they did it last year. They got to the playoffs with a lot of those guys injured.